เพื่อใช้เป็นทางออกหากเกิดเหตุฉุกเฉินและห้ามใช้ลิฟต์เมื่ออยู่ในเหตุฉุกเฉินขอให้ทุกท่านมีความสุขในการรับชมการแสดง
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Drama on Stage 2022. It is our honor to welcome everyone, and among us, we have three honorable guests today. คุณหมอธีรเกียรติเจริญเศรษฐศิลป์ our Minister of Education and the Chairman of the Newton Group. ท่านอารีพงษ์ผู้ชอุ่ม the Chairman of the Board Independent Director and Audit Committee Maybank Securities Thailand. Former permanent secretaries of Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Energy, and Ministry of Tourism and Sports. Lastly, we have the former ambassador of the Royal Thai Embassy in Beijing, China, Tan Piriya Khempon. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Thirikiat to tell us a little bit about the three performances from our students today. Please welcome Dr. Thirikiat.
Dear parents, guests, friends of Newton, students, I just like to tell you that 2 years ago, we started the drama on stage around this time. Then Newton had about 50 students. And then I remember after the show, I sent the video clip to a friend of mine who was a headmaster of a school in England. And he asked me, how old is your school? Is it 100 years old? I said, we just started. 2 years on tonight, we now in our group, we have about 1,800 students. And the Newton students all participated in this show. And it's helped by the students from the Art and Design by Open School about all the digital media, all the props and everything, and the support from behind. And the organization of this event is also supported by our students from Newton Business Schools in terms of marketing, sales, organizing of the seatings and everything. So behind that, a lot of students participate in doing things together, practicing leadership, practicing tolerance, and all kinds of what we would call soft skills. You cannot learn all these skills in class. You can only learn it through real activities. And tonight we have 3 shows. The first one is a musical called Dear Evans Hansen, which is a very famous show in Broadway. It's about a teenager with mental health problems in school, and he was ignored and so on. In the end, he committed suicide. So there's a lot of lessons in there. I have seen the students play once. It's really, really moving. The second show is about the experience of the boys in the cave. You remember, 4 years ago, we had 12 boys plus the coach trapped in the cave. I was fortunate that I was able to interview them and learn a lot about them. And tonight, our students are going to perform about their experience in the cave. And the last show, which is typically performed on Christmas Eve, everywhere in the Western country, the BBC would put on this show every Christmas Eve for the last probably 50, 60 years. So tonight on Christmas Eve, you're going to see a classic show called Christmas Carol. So I hope you enjoy these 3 shows. So I like now to start the first show. So enjoy. Thank you very much.
When you fall in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you fall in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you fall in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you fall in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never make a sound. I never make a sound. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me?
Zoe and Larry still refused to enter Connor's room after Connor took his own life. Those letters are the only thing that's keeping Connor's memory alive right now.
It feels so long ago, that last time I talked to Connor.
This is the one that Larry chucked in the trash, and those are the ones I left on Zoe's desk. Once I went in to clean her room, I found them scattered across the carpet. So I decided to put them back there. When Connor started 7th grade, we bought him a suit, some shirts, a tie for the parties. He didn't get invited to a single one. You should wear this for your speech.
My what?
Well, Alana said anyone who wanted to would have a chance to say something.
And for the kickoff event of the Connor Project, an all-school memorial assembly next week, students, teachers, whoever want to, they can get up and talk about Connor.
But I don't really do very well on public speaking, so you wouldn't want me, trust me.
Of course I would want you to. You are my son's best friend. I'm sure the whole school wants to hear from you. I know Larry and I do. And Zoe. She could use a reminder of her brother to bring her back to reality. Think about it, yeah?
Who am I supposed to talk to?
Well, you can talk to me. Unless you have other options.
We don't.
What am I supposed to do then? I don't want to keep on lying.
Well, Zoe, my parents, they need you. You're the only one who are keeping them from falling apart. You have to make sure no one forgets people like us.
People like us?
Yup, people like us. Me, Connor Murphy, the kid who threw a parent at the teacher in 2nd grade. You, Evan Hansen, the guy who couldn't talk to Zoe Murphy because his hands were too sweaty. Let's face it, no one cares about people like us. Look, guys like you and me, we're just the losers who keep waiting to be seen. Right? I mean, no one seems to care or stop to notice that we're there, so we get lost in the in-between. But if you can somehow keep them thinking of me and make me more than an abandoned memory, well, that means we matter too. That means someone will see that you are there. No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away. No one should come and go and have no one know that he was ever even here. No one deserves to disappear. To disappear. Disappear.
Good morning, students and faculty. I would like to say a few words to you today about my best friend, Connor Murphy. On the day that we went to the Old Autumn Smile Apple Orchard, we stood under the oak tree and Connor said he wondered what the world would look like from all the way up there. So we decided to find out. We start climbing up slowly, one branch at a time, but when I look back, we already 30 feet off the ground. Connor, he looked at me and smiled, and then I fell. I lay down on the ground and good morning, students and faculty. I'm sorry. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? But the thing is, when I look up, Connor was there. That's the gift he gave me. That I wasn't alone. That I matter, and everybody does. That's the gift he gave all of us. And I wish we could have given that back to him. So let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe that's the reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
Have you seen this? Someone put a video of your speech online.
My speech?
People started sharing it, I guess, and now, Connor is everywhere.
Your speech is everywhere. This morning, the Con Project page, it only have 56 people following it.
Well, how many does it have now?
4,582.
And 39.
I don't understand.